Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I wanted to share a little bit about how my collecting is going and also what I'm working on. So I wanted to share a few pictures of some of my collection here. I've got Marvel collection, and I'm also collecting DC and a few other things, you know, like sports cards and also some autographs, things like that. But more than anything, I wanted to share the pictures of some of my 1/6 scale figures, and then some of the projects that I have recently worked on and what I'm working on as well. So right here, these are my Marvel figures, and I've got about 6 of these figures, 7 actually. And you know, I've started collecting not too long ago, and tried to kind of put a goal where I wasn't going to collect or over collect, so my collection doesn't look you know, crowded. So basically I just lowered it down to a few figures. The Silver Surfer, it is a 1/6 scale size figure, but it's not like a Hot Toys or anything like that. But I do have the Spider-Man Black Stealth suit there as well. I've got a Gambit. I do have also the Loki and the Cable figure, and a couple of other figures there up top. And then I also have a few DC figures. I've only got 4 DC 1/6 scale figures, and then I've got a few like McFarlane figures up top, and a couple of statues as well. But that's what I've been working on so far when it comes to 1/6 scale collection. I've minimized it to these figures at the moment. I do plan on getting more, but you know, I don't want to, you know, crowd the collection so it doesn't look you know, overwhelming. And also, you know, obviously it's to my liking at this point, so I'm happy with it. And I did start doing a little bit of 3D printing recently, and I've had it for the 3D printer for about a week or so, a week and a half, and I've printed a bunch of stuff. So it's really fun 3D printing. That was the first thing I 3D printed. It was you know, the whistle, and it comes actually like it's, once you get the printers, they'll give you like an SD card with a few different prints that you can try when you're first starting off. But that was the first thing I 3D printed, and then I 3D printed this Batman sign here. I thought it was really cool. It did take me a while to get used to the printer. I had to, you know, level it and all that. I think it took me like 3 hours to put the 3D printer together, but when I did, I got it going pretty good with the minimal mistakes. But I also have let's see here. So I printed this Charizard here for my kids, and anybody that does 3D printing, they can see that I use the, you know, the normal supports on the software, and man, that was it was so hard to get those supports off. But you know, now that I've gotten a little practice with a few days of printing, I kind of, you know, figured out how to like change the settings so the supports aren't as hard on the actual print. And I did that mistake here on this Loki statue or bust that I was printing out, and you know, I had a hard time taking off the supports, but you know, I ended up taking them off, and then this is how it turned out. So I thought it turned out pretty good for my first, or my third print. It wasn't too bad. I painted it all black, and then I pretty much like covered up what I covered, you know, covered the bust up, and then just printed some of the areas gold, just to have a gold and black Loki. So here's how it came out. I thought it came out pretty cool, and I ended up putting it here on my Marvel collection. And then I also printed out this Gambit sign here and put it next to my Gambit. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to paint it, but for now I'm just going to keep it like that. So I thought it looked pretty cool. And then for my kids, I printed this little bear here from Five Nights at Freddy's, and I painted it for them. I thought it came out pretty cool and pretty good. And I also did that Charizard. I ended up painting it right after I took off all the supports, but it came out pretty good. So, and then also I am working on a Cyclops bust as well, and it's going to be like a quarter size. So I can't wait to have it ready. It's probably going to take me like a week or a week and a half to actually print it. You know, printing actually takes a long time, more than I expected, but I'm fine with it. I'm patient. There are, you know, different kinds of printers that you can get. I ended up going with, you know, the FMD or FDM printer, rather than the other printers that are out there right now, just because this printer is a little bit easier to work with. When it comes to like the resin printers, I've got a resin bust right here that I bought a while back, and obviously, you know, resin statues and busts are really good. But yeah, I mean, I think in the future I will probably do resin, or I'll buy a resin 3D printer. But for now, since I'm just starting off, I'm just sticking to the PLA style 3D printer. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and you know, let me know if you have any questions on, you know, how my collecting is going, or any 3D printing questions. I'm starting off, but you know, I did learn a few things in the past week when it comes to 3D printers, and you know, it's not hard as long as you kind of read the instructions once you put it all together, and then you stick to, you know, like leveling the machine properly. Some machines already come like they have like that leveling system where it levels itself, or some of them you have to level yourself, but for the most part they're pretty easy to use now. So I'm happy with the 3D printer, and I'm, you know, looking forward to doing a whole bunch of other stuff with the 3D printer. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys.